Introducing Passport Bros, your ultimate travel companion. Download the app for free and embark on a journey where your adventures not only become unforgettable memories, but also opportunities to earn. With Passport Bros, your travel content is more than just photos and videos. It's your ticket to a fully monetizable network of like-minded adventurers. Imagine making money from your travel stories. Post videos, share your experiences, and let the world be a part of your journey. But that's not all. Connect with travelers from around the globe, join co-ed groups, and make lasting friendships, perhaps even with foreign women who share your passion for exploration. And here's the best part. Store your earnings securely in your Passport Bros wallet. No hassle, no worries. Just seamless transactions wherever your travels take you. Looking for the best local experiences? Passport Bros has got you covered. Get personalized recommendations for tour guides, rentals, and the hottest clubs in town. Did we mention the app is absolutely free to download? That's right. Your passport to a world of adventure is just a click away. And here's the cherry on top. With Passport Bros, you can make money while exploring new places. Turn your passion for travel into a source of income, right from your mobile device. So what are you waiting for? Download Passport Bros now, share your journey, connect with fellow explorers, and let the adventure begin.
Download now on the App Store and Google Play.
All right, family, we are live. Welcome to another show. We got a big topic tonight. The Passport Bros have again went viral. I got my man MAB in the building. We're going to be discussing.
What up? What up? What up?
What's good? What's good, my brother? We're going to be discussing some of these viral videos, these hit pieces. You know, we always got something to say about it. You know, we like the Passport Bro defense squad over here, MAB, but we're going to chop it up about it, man. Welcome to the show, guys. We here.
We here again with this madness. Bro, what's up with the D police? The D police is turning up early in 2025.
They own us, man. But you know what? Let's give the Passport Bros a round of applause because we're going to, you know, we stay with it, man. We
finna cook tonight.
What my sound effects are? I guess my sound effects ain't coming through, Marcus, but it's all good. We're gonna roll with it anyway, man. But you did a show.
Hey, I'll say this every live. I just got to give you my appreciation. Like, thank you for having me on. And for those of y'all that's coming from the different channels, make sure y'all like and subscribe to BMT if you haven't already. Like the video. I'm also, if y'all see me doing this, I'm looking all over the place. I'm live on IG. I'm live on TikTok. So shout out to y'all. Thank y'all for waiting. YouTube, we appreciate y'all as always. And BMT, man, thanks for having me on.
Oh, for sure, man. You like I say, you don't give yourself credit for being one of the initiators, one of the starters of I would say the Passport Bros, man. You've been putting out content for quite some time. You actually motivated me to start doing travel content when I seen one of your videos out there in the DR, man. So appreciate you too as well. Let me see if we get my.
Thank you, bro. I'm honored. I appreciate it.
You hear the sound effects?
Yeah, I hear it. I hear you loud and clear.
All right, man. We in here today, but we're gonna chop it up about it. As you guys can see.
So TikTok turning up already. I'm gonna wait. But see, they already looking at the title, the subject of tonight, and they saying the brothers is improving areas. We'll get to it, but yeah, they already saying the brothers is improving where we go, not necessarily taking away.
Oh, facts, man.
Oh, J Dub in the building on IG. What up, J Dub? J Dub, that's my bro.
With my bones here in Colombia,
Juju
man.
fine ass.
All right. Let's see what we got going on here. Hold on.
I'm just entertaining the chat while you set up the video. Dre the kid in the building. He say with the Colombian jersey on the shoulder. Yeah. I've been working on the summer body, man, because I'm going back to DR in a little while. I'll be in Colombia for the CTG Fest in July. So, yeah, I might have to grab me a jersey. I can finally wear one. You know what I'm saying? And I had a truck driver gut. I've been working on it. Salute to the OG Ronin Travelers. Nate in the building. He say this sound dumb already. The tourists ruined Colombia. That sound dumb. I mean, yeah, it's always a problem when the brothers show up, allegedly. CC, Burt Ross repping Thailand. Okay, I'll see you out in Thailand. Shout out to Burt Ross.
Ross in the building. We hit heavy, man. We almost at 50.
Yeah, we heavy on all the platforms right now. I'm still experimenting with TikTok and IG, but yeah, I appreciate everybody on YouTube coming through.
Facts, man. Facts. Like I said,
we got brothers in Cartagena right now. Oh, shout out to Brandon Clark, one of the heavy hitters on the moderator act. We got to talk behind the scenes, man. Brandon Clark, if y'all don't know him, y'all got to get to know that brother. He more behind the scenes, but see, this is the thing. It's always the madness that get highlighted when you're dealing with mainstream media in the West. But the brothers is really out here making moves and doing good things, having a positive impact in the places that they go. You don't hear about them as much. There's a reason behind that. Shout out to when they say just came in from, bro. I can't pronounce that. Parque Bolivia. I gotta work on my Espanol, all right? Mi Espanol no bueno ahora.
There you go. You got
Ruthless head raised. He say, yeah, they always shaming the bros. Don't let me stop you. I'm just talking to the chat. Bella. Who is Bella? I'm trying to see, do I know Bella? Look, I'm all up in y'all business. Okay, Bella the Don. Thank you.
Hey,
let me wait, bud.
Are you familiar? Yeah, you on other platforms. Are you familiar with Earn Your Leisure?
I know the name. Yeah, they do like finance podcasts.
Right.
Earn Your Leisure. Yeah. Shout out to them.
Yeah, we're gonna get to the Zesty Bro in a second, man. But I don't know what it is. Like I actually enjoy. I got a lot of obtained a lot of information from Earn Your Leisure's platform. I actually like their content a lot because it shows us in a different light. They are talking about stocks and businesses, stuff like that. Now, if there has been questions about certain scammers that they brought onto their platform, because they have, situations where they brought scammers on and people got scammed and people like really, got upset with them because they looked at their platform as very professional and they vouch for them guys. So this is a big finance channel. They got like almost 1 million subs, man. They pretty big.
They've been doing their thing for a minute.
Yeah, they do these what do you call those networking events? I guess you want to call them networking events, right?
Yeah.
They have people like Diddy on, and they have like big entrepreneurs on. So shout out to them, man. Respect to them. But for some odd reason, they keep throwing shots at the Passport Bros. I have no idea why. It's totally outside the category. But I'm going to play a clip here before we get to the Zesty Bro real quick. And we got to react to this clip because like I said, this is not the only clip they've talked ish about the Passport Bros, by the way. Hold on.
It's all good. Let's see what they got to say. I mean, we'll check them out.
Passport Bros.
That's pretty sleazy, in my opinion, right?
There we go. So my stream running a little lag, but here we go.
That title though. For those of y'all on the other stream, Passport Bros are losing their wealth and risking their lives abroad, as if that don't happen in the States. But yeah, let's see what Earn Your Leisure got to say, because I respect them. I mean, they on top of their game with the finance thing. But yeah, let's see what they talk about.
Bunch of cities and bunch of states. What you think of Passport Bros?
That's pretty sleazy, in my opinion, right? It's pretty sleazy way to go about it.
Like you can't get nobody in the States. It's a bunch of cities and bunch of states.
Yeah. If you got work overseas, that's different. If you're traveling over 5 hours to pay money to a prostitute, you gotta reevaluate your life.
Like I said, they always deeming that as the Passport Bros for whatever reason. They always deeming something negative.
In the dough.
The guy that, been vacation warrior for the last 10, 15, 20, 30 years, all right, doing their thing with the, whatever type of tourism they're doing. For some odd reason, they always deeming that to be the Passport Bros.
Right.
A lot of y'all be going over there and get rejected, not getting who you want to.
False. Cap.
And y'all
I went over there to go find myself.
Coming back, gotta get insulin. Those shots.
Look, that's another thing. Them HIV and AIDS rate. Some of y'all, boy, come with some life-altering viruses.
Okay, so right off the rip, man, we know there's like a big, HIV epidemic going on in a lot of these inner cities in the United States. All right, so to say that guys going over there, catching all types of STDs and viruses, that's also cap. I did a show earlier about some dude was like, it was a big breakout in the DR and everything. Guys were coming down the DR and bringing all these.
Yeah, I heard that.
United States. It's just like, bro, what is it about trying to scare brothers from getting passports and traveling the world? Like, what is it about that? Like, it's just beyond me, really, because we're the only people that do this shit.
We're the only people that get. Well, we're the people that get the most backlash. Yeah. Because no brother is doing anything that hasn't been done before the internet. I keep saying that. And as far as like illegal activity, you don't hear that from brothers. It's always some other people. But if we was really causing that much of a ruckus, like legally concerned, the government would have got involved in that ASAP. All they're talking about is they're playing concern trolling. Now all of a sudden everybody is ethical. We got all these other issues going on at home and outside of home. Immorality is at an all-time high, but now all of a sudden everybody's playing like church mouse. Everybody's ethical when it comes to what brothers either are doing or what they want to create the narrative that brothers do.
Facts. I gotta come in here by Chad the Great. Earn your leisure, act like they're rappers. They're smashing and flashing and flying out of a bunch of Instagram models since they got money, tricking heavy. I don't know why they're speaking on.
What up, Adrian? It's my bro right here. We was down range. You feel me?
Nasty down there.
Another
Be
fire
careful.
breathing dragon. Talking about that, man. Like, yo, y'all gotta chill, man. Y'all going over there paying tariffs, getting robbed.
Paying tariffs.
Okay, he should know about him. Like, see, I'm not a big finance guy, but that doesn't sound accurate. That sounds kind of disingenuous. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
If anybody's paying tariffs, it's here. You know what I'm saying? I know about brothers getting tax breaks, getting refund, getting the Colombia set up, but no, let them continue. I'm gonna hold my comments to the end.
Like with zombie virus.
Catching all kinds of undetectable viruses.
Undetectable viruses. We're catching undetectable viruses, bro.
Yeah, he sounded like Dr. Fauci right now. Who is he? The CDC?
This is some plantation shit, bro.
Wait. So is this I'm not as familiar. I'm sorry if y'all gotta catch me up. Is this a guest? Or is he like one of the actual hosts of the show?
Well, no, Ian Dunlap is he's like I can't even say he's a guest because he's on this show.
Okay.
He talks about investments. He talks about stocks. This is like I said, this is kind of out of their wheelhouse a little bit. I don't know why they even mentioned it.
Right. This should be up their lane.
Right.
And again, I'm giving all y'all the disclaimer.
He tells on himself, by the way. He tells in the end of the video, he's going to tell on himself.
Okay. Right? I'm not the finance guy, but he should know. He should know better. Is my point.
Right.
The chicks is sniffing Tootsie
like crazy.
Drink.
Once again, they tell it on themselves. All right, because don't nobody know about Tootsie until you get to Colombia. That's when you learn about Tootsie.
See, I would have missed that. I'm not familiar.
Yeah, they're telling on themselves, really. Like, for some odd reason, they don't want other brothers traveling.
Unregulated alcohol. You gotta be careful, man. Be careful.
For real. Yep, that's not the play. Hey,
it's not that serious. You could have
go get lit in real life.
It could have been manufactured in America. You could have actually manufactured that in America. It might have been cheaper, but think about the plane ticket, the hotel, the anxiety that you have to live with. It's not worth it.
All right. So let's do a little quick breakdown before we finish the video. All right, let's just give it a typical weekend, not a night, but a weekend in Atlanta, Chicago, any of the major cities. We already know.
I got something to say about that.
In LA, but like, come on, bro. Like, you can spend $100 on wings in Atlanta right now. Bro.
I just spent $100 on the movies, like food, the movies, and parking in Chicago. I know damn well in Colombia that would have been $15 maybe.
Exactly, and in a lot of cases, these tickets to Colombia aren't super expensive. We know about the Spirit flights. All right, we know
right
down there on the Spirit a couple $100. But as far as budgeting is concerned, they say things like you're wasting all your money flying out and everything. That's not true, bro. Like, it's expensive dating in America. It's super expensive. It's probably one of the most waste of your resources, because we all know the game in America for the women, not all of them, but for the most part, is to get free food, free, entertainment, free dates, free attention.
And the dope.
Okay, and you can go
Booty
down
calls.
like, yeah, basically, and you can spend a lot of money dating in the United States. You can spend a ton of money. I would rather travel to Colombia once every 2 months than date bi-weekly in the United States. I guarantee you at the end of the day, I'm going to save way more money than the guy that's dating bi-weekly in the United States.
It's not worth it.
You're gonna be in the hospital 8:30. Stab wounds and super gonorrhea.
Stab wounds and super gonorrhea. They act like America is just so safe.
Yeah. Oh yeah. I'm a speaker. I'm listening to him. I should be taking notes, but from right now, they ain't really saying nothing that's sticking. The chat, YouTube going crazy.
All right, my boy. I am good. And they be taking y'all, even like you walk to a strip in Mexico, want a massage it? No, they take you into a building with no windows.
All right, so he just told it himself, right? I haven't been to Mexico, but he just kind of told it himself right there. Like, how do you know they're asking you for massages and taking you into a building with no windows, bro? Like,
I don't know that, because again, I'm not.
Like, they're telling on themselves.
Is there a place like that, or are they just creating like the straw man fallacy to knock down later? Because I've noticed that with a lot of people, they'll make up these stories and these scenarios. I got family like that. They'll come up with this made up story that they pulled out their behind. I ain't trying to get us demonetized, and put that onto you as if that's the actual situation.
Facts.
They just everything. That's why I ain't said nothing yet. I'm just listening because they're not mentioning any specific incidents. They're not providing any substantiating documents behind. Not saying that they have to come out with a full report, but come on, bro. This is all like, it's BS talk, man. We've been dealing with this for like over 10 years now. It's lame. Right. It's corny.
Philippe Lindsay says both EYL, I'm sorry, and Umar are supported by Black women financially more than Black men. Yeah, that's definitely the case. They cater to their issues. That's right. You know what? I didn't really realize. I don't say about to realize that, but you're right. You're absolutely right. That's kind of what they're doing. Like, it's a thing about throwing Black men on the bus to get like support.
The black sheep, right?
Yeah. It's like, all right, let me diss Black men for a moment so I can get the matriarchy to, listen to me and accept me and love me. They've been doing it for the last, 40, 50 years, starting with Oprah and everything. So that's a good point.
Yeah, shout out to Felipe Lindsay. Like, he kind of just stated the obvious, which we need to do that. That's part of why we're here, is to offer a little bit of respectful pushback. But even without hearing the rest of this, I already get a sense of that. It's the same with the church. It's the same with the activist community. If they got their base that they know, like, we need to brainwash these people. We need to create that herd mentality to give them a common enemy to attack. Like, they're going to do that. And more often than not, in a lot of different special interest groups, it's always the Black man. Straight Black man is like a very easy target. And I understand straight men of other ethnicities, they deal with the brunt of the feminism as well. But with all that postmodernist ideology, it's always a go-to of, if you're doing anything they don't want you to do or anything they don't benefit from, we have to create some type of issue. Even if there is no issue, we have to make up a problem and offer ourselves or offer some type of censorship or some type of restriction as the solution. That's all this is.
Facts. Without even having the dialogue, like, they're dissing it. They never, brought any.
Yeah, I ain't never been invited there. I don't know if you got invited there. They talk at people, but they don't bring them on the channel, because we can chop all that down in a minute. Like, we asked, hey, you talking about anybody in particular? Who you talking about? Because I don't hear no stories of brothers traveling, breaking the law. All that criminal narrative crap they push here, ain't no brothers going to a whole nother country to do something illegal. But yeah, let's continue. Let's continue with the circus.
Like I said, they're not asking for like or questioning it or want a dialogue or bring in so-called Passport Bros onto their platform to have interviews, ask questions. Shout out to my man Anton Daniels, because Anton Daniels, I reached out to him and he came on and we explained exactly So he wants to hear, he wants to dialogue, you know what I'm saying? He was very open. I mean, we kind of had a back and forth at the end of the show, but still, like, at least he brought a Passport Bro onto the platform and discuss certain things that he had heard about the so-called Passport Bros. And I was on his show, it was like maybe like 2 years ago.
I remember that. I saw it.
San Domingo, right.
I want to say on like to be back on that, I want to give both of y'all kudos to that because you did excellent on Anton Daniels' show, and I want to salute Anton Daniels for even allowing that dialogue, because that brother's married, successful. He's the caliber of man that if he wanted to, he could have brushed the conversation off to the left, like, yeah, I'm gonna just think what I want to think. But he has an open mind and he wants to hear every side of a story, every angle of a situation. So salute to him for even trying to hear the opposite side of this mainstream narrative. So salute to both of y'all for that.
Facts.
Hefe come here. Oh, what's this? A surprise. You going to Manzanillo. They're going to take you and them Subarus, ship you right to Ghana, right and not where Rashad and Troy be. Global trade. Now you a sex slave.
All right, so now he's saying that if we travel, we could become sex slaves in the global sex trade. All right, so they just really capping. They kind of telling on themselves as well, mentioning things hell I don't even know about.
This is sad.
Yeah, as far as that type of monger activity for some odd reason. I have no idea why this is even a topic on their platform.
Can I just keep going back to, I'm sorry, BNC. I just got to keep reminding, I'm glad the chat is following along. We kind of preach it to the choir, but we have to re-emphasize these people are creating a fake story. I just sat here and watched them make up some whole Disneyland horror film, so to speak, and they're not even talking about anybody in particular. We got to keep that in the forefront of our mind, because some people, they'll listen to this and they just take it as gold. They don't question anything. It sounds like something they want to hear, so they stick around. And it could be brothers like me and you in a face with receipts all day, and they shut their own brains down to any type of logic, any type of cognitive dissonance, because it's not what they want to hear. So I applaud everybody here. A lot of us kind of on the same page already, but we got to keep reminding other people, like, they're not talking about anybody. They making stuff up, and that's on you if you don't want to think for yourself and kind of ask for some evidence behind that.
Right. Not only are they making stuff up, they kind of like dry snitching on themselves, really.
Yeah, that too.
And that's the thing about men. When you talking to men, like, we can kind of figure it out. We can kind of read in between the lines. Like, wait a minute, how do you know that information? You know what I'm saying? But shout out to my man, Mr. Lewis, for the $4.99 super chat. Man, I really appreciate that. He says Zoe was right. The name Passportbros is getting lumped with everything bad travelers. Shout out to my man, Mr. Lewis. And we had Zoe on, but we're gonna hold the line. We're gonna hold the line, bro. When it comes to the Passport Bros turn, hashtag. Shout out to Osama Abdul with the $5 super chat. Says, salute BMT. It is true. You are also is it true that you are also an R&B singer? By the way, post your album I would support. Also, is Lucario or Marquette a big rival? No, I'm not an R&B singer. I don't know who said I was an R&B singer. I mean, I could hold a little tune. I used to be the church choir back in the 80s, but no, I'm not an R&B singer, man. Shout out to my man Rufus Ray's in the building with it. He says these guys are tripping. Yeah, they are. Yeah, they are. It's
entertainment at this point, but we offer this pushback because there's a lot of brothers that's on the fence. I meet them all the time. I'm sure you do too, BMT. And this is life-changing. This is why we had these conversations. Of course, there's people that just don't hear nothing you're saying. But for those that's on the fence, if you haven't gotten your passport already, please get your passport. If you haven't traveled outside of the U.S., that's a bucket list item, bro. It don't got to be by yourself. We're not promoting sex tourism, which is also another distinction that they don't make. They tying everybody into one particular type of person. Expand your horizons. I don't care if you're a single man, a family man. No, anybody that's telling you to stay on the porch, stay at home, you should question that. They want you to remain limited. They want you to remain a part of somebody else's machine. You're a cog in everybody else's machine. It's only when you start acting and thinking for yourself that you get all this type of pushback. And if they can't stop you, they start creating fake news like this.
Facts. Shout out my man Oyusama Abdul. Hopefully I'm pronouncing your name right, man. Probably mispronouncing it. He says BMT, that stream with Antoine was on the chain. When are y'all going to collab again? You know what? I'm going to reach out to Anton, man, because he did a reaction video to Mr. Zesty, bro. So, you know, he was asking questions in a reaction video. So I'm definitely going to shoot an email out to my man Anton Daniels. It's been a minute. Shout out my man at your wife's house all day as well. So good morning.
I always laugh at that name.
Passport Bros, Tyler, Passport Bro app gang, chat gang, and salute to all the Passport Bro veterans. All this hate makes no sense. We travel, we non-violent, and we are building.
Thank you. Thank
crazy.
You. Real quick, I'm also streaming on TikTok and IG. For those of y'all that's saying I can't hear the other person, that's because I got these headphones in. So we're live on BMT's channel right now. If y'all on YouTube, hop on to YouTube and look up BMT Live. That's the channel that we're on right now. But thank y'all for tuning in. Y'all only gonna hear me because we live on YouTube right now.
All right, at your White House all day once again says the hate for Passport Bros is just OD right now. The same narrative. They buying kitty, they buying cat. They're not looking for wives. Okay, we get it. You mad?
Right.
You can do it, and you can't. All right. Somebody says BMT was a singer. I produced his album. No, bro.
Yeah,
I don't know what's going on with this R&B. The artist is Marcus. Marcus is the artist, not me, bro. He you know, Marcus does music.
Sometimes, yeah.
Music. No, you do dope.
Appreciate
music.
it. Appreciate it.
So, nah, man. You know. I think what the majority of the bros were in church choirs back in the 80s and 90s. Come on, guys. You know, we was in the church choirs. All right, East Coast Kid.
I got something to say. No, go ahead. Let's get through the super chats. My bad.
No, yeah, you.
We got all night.
Are these women sending zesty dudes down to Colombia to spy on the brothers? Dude was just mad because he had pussy on clearance and nobody was buying. Exactly.
The sad part is they don't have to send they flying monkeys. They go on their own. When we get to that video, I know some of y'all saw it already, but when we get to that video, that's a question worth asking. Like, you worried about what everybody else is doing. What are you doing there? And why?
Facts.
You know what I'm saying? Why you worried about brothers?
Yeah, he made a little. We're gonna play the video in a second.
Yeah.
You somehow do once again with the $2 super chat, man. I really appreciate that. He says, BMT, would you do an interview with Reg the Bad Guy? Shout out to Reg the Bad Guy. I've watched some of his content, but shout out to him. I don't really have his contact information like that. All right. Somebody said people have shared memory of BMT being a singer on an alternative timeline. I don't know what the fuck. Yo,
man, bro, could I get a feature? So, yeah, because they keep saying you're a singer. Like, let me find out.
I was on No Icy. That's what it is. That's what it is. I was featured on No Icy with Gucci Man and Young Jeezy. So
you got the ATL connect.
Nah, man. Y'all boys roll. Yeah, y'all boys roast today.
Devin asks when I'm going back to Colombia. I'll be down there in July for the CTG Fest with Unc Jay. So shout out to the CTG boys. My bad, go ahead. Yeah, July.
You good.
4th of July to be exact, that weekend.
All right. So this is the clip that recently went viral. Anton Daniel, shout out to him. He picked it up. And I'm pretty sure O'Shea might do a video on this as well if he hasn't already done a video about it. But yeah, this is the clip that went viral. Apparently, this brother was down there in Colombia on an unrelated, I guess, travel trip. He said he was meeting somebody, another zesty bro in Ecuador or something he was saying. And he happened to run into these so-called passport bros in immigration in Cartagena, Colombia. So let's see what he has to say.
Here we go.
All of y'all baby daddy, boyfriends, husbands, cousins, brothers, uncles, and daddies, was all in Cartagena this weekend. I traveled to Cartagena to meet one of my friends who was traveling from Ecuador
Cap.
just for the weekend. It was my first time in Cartagena, and my God in heaven.
So why didn't y'all meet in Ecuador? Why y'all meeting in Cartagena? You see what I'm saying?
Right,
Or for real. We can just
or
be logical
Cali, because
and
he said he
determine
been
that.
there.
Right. Why are you
What's so
specifically in
special
Cartagena?
about Cartagena?
Exactly. Why didn't you go to Ecuador? Why didn't you go to
So
Cali?
wait, before you start playing it, I'm still seeing the Earn Your Leisure on the screen. Is that just my screen, or is there anybody else seeing that?
No, that might just be.
Oh, it's cool. I mean, we could just grab with the audio, but yeah. What's the brother doing? Meeting? Who is this person in Ecuador? Since you in everybody else's business.
Somebody said he was down there having Diddy parties. All right, here we go though.
Y'all did not lie about the passport, bro. Baby, I got off the plane. I didn't know where I was at. It was black men as far as the eye could see. I took a little video while I was in the immigration line.
Now, if you look closely at the video, because I know people are not really looking at it, but if you look closely, you do see like a couple of brothers in the front, but you also see guys of other ethnicities out there as well. You see a white guy in the middle, you see another Latino looking, maybe light skinned complexion. If you look further, you see another light skin or like a Latino in the background as well. So it looked like he just kind of grouped up where it was maybe 4 or 5 bros, and he shot his little video. Undercover. He probably was undercover brother. Right?
Yeah. He took creep cam to a different level. That was
he probably acting all normal and shit.
That was creep cam in the other direction.
What's good, my dude? What y'all got going on, player? That's what he probably was talking like when he was around the bros. And he switched it up.
Damn. Yeah,
they was grouped
people
up and duped up. You hear me? The line was at least 2 hours long to get through immigration. I promise you, and I'm not lying, right hand to God, they probably had 5 women in this immigration line. Everybody else was black men.
I think he capping about that. But let's continue. I think he capping.
He exaggerating, yeah. He trying to sell a story.
There you go. To his Zest squad.
And I said, oh, there's a story here. I mean, they was coming in groups. The group that was in front of me was a group of 10, bitch. A group of 10 that had came from Philly. How I knew they was from Philly? Because I could hear their accent. I could hear them talking. I was looking at them in line, downloading Tinder. I said, them people did not fucking lie.
So he looking at people's cell phones on Tinder. He peeping people's accents and stuff. Did he actually go out there with a group of guys from Philly?
See, I missed that the first time. Yeah, who else was he with?
Right.
And somebody had to gave him a briefing, like, yo, this where we going. This is legal out here. You might see this. You might be mindful of that. He's doing this for entertainment value.
He just happened to fall into all this. He didn't know.
Talking about some, I don't know where I'm at. I don't know what's happening. Get out of here. Stop playing with us.
Let's continue with Zestfully Clean.
Now, this is my first time in Cartagena. I didn't know what to expect. I was thinking, I've been to Colombia before. I've been to Cali. But I didn't think that I was coming to the Whole Fest. But that's what the fuck was going on. And anybody with a peon, any type of peon of a brain could see what the fuck is going on down there in Cartagena. When you walking down the streets, the women is literally pulling on you, winking, calling you pop. They trying to get it. They working, and they paying for it.
Now, like, just the crazy part. Like, you can go to any damn near any country. You know what I'm saying? Even the United States, and you can go to specific sections in that country, and you can see what's going on, the activities that's going on out there, right? Because he could have went to other parts of Cartagena that the women go to.
They're not doing that.
Exactly. Like you went to specific sessions, probably with that so-called crew from Philly. The crew from Philly probably was his family members or some shit or whoever, right? So like I can go to Jamaica, bro, and then kind of come up on the little riverbed or wherever, the little sensory resorts they got in Jamaica and be like, hey, I can point certain things out. So he's not doing anything special by trying to expose this. But anybody can go to places like the Gambia. You got resorts in the DR with the Sankey Pankies. Like, come on, bro. You just go into a specific section, a specific area, and trying to point things out to prove your little zesty narrative.
This their problem that they don't understand. By they, I mean like anyone trying to create these narratives to shame brothers in those districts or any man in that district. You can't expose the obvious. If you obviously in that district and that's what goes on there and it's legal, you ain't snitching on nobody. You're not getting anybody in trouble because they're not doing anything wrong. For the brothers that's in those areas, to your earlier point, I just went to the mall. People talking, yeah, could I interest you in some internet? You want to try this fragrance? Yeah, they're at work. If you're in a place where people are at work, he said it himself or her, them, so whatever. you're talking to somebody that's working or hustling. Yeah, you're gonna get that. But like you said, BMT, you could go off into a regular town, ain't nobody talking to you. Like it's a high and a bad. And if you want to engage and have a conversation, you got to speak the language, or at least, come across somebody that feel like speaking English with you. He's not saying anything that's like, "Ooh, wow, I didn't know that." He's just creating this false narrative. And, some of y'all might disagree with me for saying this, but I'm actually glad that the brother had that experience. I'm glad that because I like seeing people have a little bit of culture shock, but that's all that is. If that's your first time seeing that, good for you, bro. That's every day. Like that, it's nothing shocking about that.
And
I can take you on 71st in Chicago right now. It ain't gonna be females, but it's gonna be dudes. Hey, loud, loose squares. Like, you know what I'm saying? If somebody got something to tell you, they at work. What you expect? If you don't want that, or if that bothers you, don't go over there.
And keep in mind, he's supposedly meeting his friend from Ecuador in Cartagena. Right? So why didn't y'all meet somewhere else? Like, why y'all go to these specific areas in Cartagena? Because it's not all over Cartagena. It's like a specific little control.
We on BMT channel.
They paying for it. They down there buying coochie. I was so embarrassed standing in that immigration line because I could just feel the people that's from Cartagena looking at us because I'm in the fucking line too.
So they do that all day, 24/7. Cartagena is a tourist city. All right.
Right.
They're looking at people coming in 24/7. They just happen to be looking at us hard that particular day. All right.
They looking at us saying, let's look at them lined up to come buy some cat. All the way in South America. Y'all didn't lie. I thought y'all was lying. I thought y'all was bitter because, these black men is out here traveling and they got their passports. And that's why I was just so happy that black men just had passports and they was, seeing the world. No.
Why is he talking outside like he's not a black man himself? Like, why is he acting like it's them or something like that? Bro,
he has to exclude himself from any other black, because he's shaming a particular group that he actually falls in line. There's some overlap, you know what I'm saying? So he has to separate himself from anybody else that's at Cartagena. Because you could argue, why are you even leaving the States? Why are you going somewhere? Why are you traveling? Because they've said that to some people. I wonder how many people told him it ain't safe. Why is he even leaving the country?
Them motherfuckers is lined up to go participate. And you know what? I ain't gonna say too much on here. But all I'm gonna say is y'all was right. And I apologize. I have never seen nothing like this in my life. Child, they was walking the streets of Cartagena in packs, like a packs of wild dogs.
And he was amongst those packs. He's acting like he wasn't right there within that pack. So-called pack.
Looking for cats. I'm speechless. And it's all ages. From 17 up to 70, bitch. They out there.
Could we pause it right there?
Yeah, go ahead.
Thank you. He just proved our point. What have we been saying this whole time? Traveling overseas and linking up with other brothers. That's the only community, or the strongest community that I could think of, where you see brothers of all ages congregating, fellowshipping, and networking with each other.
Mhm.
He just said it right there. He's a hater, and he's proving our point. So thank you for that. Thank you.
Looking for Cat. I was blown away. And as I'm listening to them, like as I'm in these lines and I'm listening, because I'm nosy, bitch, I want to listen. I'm listening to them talking about how they travel throughout Colombia and they go to these different cities and they don't like this city because of this and this city because of that. Y'all. I can't believe it. I cannot believe this.
I can't believe it.
I didn't want this to be true, but it's true. Unfortunately, it's true. And one last thing before I go, they all had on these fake chains. You could tell they were so fake because they were so bright. They were supposed to be like silver or platinum, but they was just so fucking bright. They looked like fucking aluminum on their neck. And everybody had these fake diamond chains on. I said, I don't want to be here. That's what I got off the plane. I said, can we bring me back, bring me to another destination. I don't want to be here because this is a lot.
All right, so that's the video. That's his TikTok. Duke of New Orleans. Now he does like these 90-day fiance reviews, so he's pretty familiar with the travel space. He's just coming from it from a different angle.
Okay.
All right. He's just putting it in a different hole, basically. So let me get
Oh no.
All right, let me get some super chats, man. All right, shout out to my man. Continue to deal with the
You ain't right.
20 mil Colombian pesos, man. He said, salute to BMT and Marcus. Love that humble hustle. All right.
Yo, yeah, shout out to Mr. Brazil, man. Another Navy veteran in the building.
All right. Shout out my man Chris Needy. To salute to BMT. To my bro Marcus. I was just in Hong Kong a few weeks back. Enjoying and loved it. Travel this life. Fellas.
What? Yeah, that's my bro Chris on IG. I ain't know you was out in Hong Kong. We gotta catch up, man. But safe travels, and that's what's up.
I got my man East Coast Kev in the building with the $5 super chat. One of the zesty bros down there spying on brothers. One half off on Bussy. Why is he so concerned about what heterosexual men are doing? Shout out my man with a $5 super chat. East Coast Kev.
Because he's the equivalent of a female, basically, or he think he is.
Somebody say he uses a crotch cam. I got another super chat here. Hold on. Shout out my man OG Gaming Review. A zesty clown worrying about what other men do. You can't fix stupid. Black men, enjoy your life and travel, man. Shout out to my man OG Gaming Review for the $10 super chat, man. All right.
Shout out to the OG. So I want to make some remarks. I was trying to hold it to after. Oh yeah, I saw the trolls. Welcome to y'all.
Somebody said they need to go to that guy. Hold on, that guy needs to go to ATL and just stay in ATL. But yeah, get off my city, man. At this point, it's all over.
Probably talking about Big Zesty. He could be talking about Big Zesty.
All right.
Shout out to my bro Sid on IG.
Yeah, that's another thing too. He was talking about jury. We all up on game.
Yeah, thank you for that. Thank you for bringing that up. I wanted to point that out. Like I don't see, but I'm not saying people don't do it, but you rarely ever see brothers just flexing with a bunch of jewelry and all. Because part of traveling, you start realizing that stuff don't mean it ain't all that. You know what I'm saying? But that's part of him selling the story. He was exaggerating. That's what I thought. It ain't like he had pictures of it. He wanted to record and take pictures of everything else.
Right. Shout out to my man Nate says no one wears jewelry here. It will get you smoke.
Right, exactly.
South America in general, I'm gonna say the majority of Latin countries, if you wear jewelry, I think you kind of get away with it in DR for the most part. But yeah, that's one of the things that Passportbros. We've done many shows. We've had guys unfortunately lost their lives because they had some shine on it, basically. So we know that's not probably accurate what he's saying, that everybody had, dusty chains on. He's just trying to sell a story, basically.
Right.
Like Cortez Smith says, he lying because Passportbros don't wear
exactly
like that. It's not even needed. What's needed when you're a passport bros is speaking another language, speaking Spanish, speaking Thai, speaking Portuguese. All right. All right. So we got a little troll in the building. Sir John says fake goal and the pot belly balling. All right.
Who is that, Sir John?
Yeah. We just got a little troll.
So, I mean, that's fine. I got a question for Sir John, and his answer will tell us a lot. What do you actually want to see, bro? Like, if brothers are in the States, that's a problem. If brothers start leaving the States, obviously that's also a problem. What do you actually want? Like, what's your ideal so-called African American? Because a lot of these people be running their mouth, and it ain't no pleasing them. I think what they want is control. I think what they want is to talk down on others to make themselves feel better about themselves. And that's clown stuff to me. So, I mean, or if you got savior complex, maybe you can help us, but you don't seem to be here to want to help anybody. So what is it that you want to see, Sir John? Let us in the chat know, and we'll, you know, take your thoughts into consideration. We appreciate your presence and your feedback. Well, yeah, man, what you trying to see, bro? Or you just here talking crazy?
Shout out to Janice says last time I was in Cartagena, there were a lot of studs in euphoria and delirium, smoking hookah, acting worse than the roads.
I saw that in Thailand too. Yeah, and you don't hear people talk about that. Yeah, I thought that was interesting.
Yeah, they got their little they got like Facebook groups, Instagram. You know what I'm saying? They following us, bro. Trust me, they coming out.
Well, from what I saw, they was out doing their own thing. I saw that in Thailand. They was out doing their own thing, and there was, I wouldn't say friction, but there was acknowledgement. You know what I'm saying? You know how we might see each other, and even if you don't speak, you just like, all right, I see you. What up? I see you. Like, good to see you. It was a little bit of that, and it was like, I don't care what anybody doing anywhere, as long as they ain't breaking the law, as long as it ain't having a negative impact on the locals or us as travelers. But it seemed real hush hush. It seemed real. We don't want to speak on we out here. But brothers like us, we tell y'all where we at. We tell y'all what we doing. Like, but we also get the backlash for that. I don't see the backlash when you see the that particular demographic out doing the exact same thing, if not worse.
You know, brothers have an uncanny ability to make things popular, make things hot. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So if we're doing something, like the whole style around the world is basically whatever we're wearing, you know, whatever stylizing, you know, is you can be in Korea and you will see how they dress and you'd be like, damn, they kind of dress like us. You can be, you know, in Africa, you can be in Brazil.
We shift the culture
out like this. The music is similar. They have the variation of our music. So, you know, when we start doing things, you know, and it becomes popular in culture around the world. Right?
I gotta give you your props,
nobody
man.
mimics Black American men. Or nobody is mimicked as much as Black Americans around the world. And that's facts. I'm not just saying that just to be saying that.
Bro, Passport Bros is a prime example.
So if we're doing something, if we're doing something, then other people, you know, other groups will start to soon do it as well. And that's the thing you just gotta understand. Like if we're traveling somewhere, if we're making a destination popular, then other people will start traveling there as well. That's just what it is.
You got any other videos to react to, or
all right, so CC
I see some new comments coming up.
Show me how influential FBA men are. Yeah, for sure, man. It's not only the music, the style, the swag, everything.
The food, the mannerisms.
Somebody says, Reverend Joe says the group isn't the same as it was when we first started as BMT, letting folks like Austin Holloman. Why y'all gotta pick on Austin, man? Go and chat and take the group with his BS is part of the problem. Shout out to Austin. Austin's all the way out there in Kenya, man. He's doing his thing.
I want to say shout out to Austin because I just watched this video on I cannot think of the brother name, the general turned president of the African country, and what he's doing to push back against foreign interests Like Austin is doing great work right now as it relates to speaking on world events. He's not talking about dating right now. He's not talking about chicks. He's stepping it up to a whole different level. So I don't know if y'all talking about whatever y'all judgments are of him in the past, but like he's doing really big things right now. So I appreciate what he's doing.
I want to give a shout out to my man Gary Pittman with $2 super chat. Says the American dream is dead, but we should stay here.
He beat me to it. Well, I mean that's subjective. We all might have different opinions on that. I'm a proud American. I'm gonna be here, but I'm gonna also explore my options. So I always offer that pushback against people that just don't want you to go anywhere. If I could say this in response to what he's saying, TikTok, because I'm starting to go down that rabbit hole. You hear a lot of people on TikTok and YouTube as well saying that leaving America is the new American dream. I wouldn't say that exactly. I understand why people will push that narrative with what's going on at home in terms of the culture, the economy, and whatnot. I'm keeping it specific to brothers when I say not that leaving America is the new American dream, but traveling is the new getting out the hood. That's my, hey, y'all quote me on that. Y'all remember this moment because I'm saying it right now. Traveling is the new leaving the hood. You know what I'm saying? Because we dealt with that in the past before this international conversation. Any brother that get out the hood and do a little better for himself, that's gonna come with some hating. That's gonna come with some backlash. That's gonna come with people trying to say, you know, you lost your card or you ain't one of us no more. It's just haters. That's all it is. And we're expanding. So traveling is the new leaving the hood. That's the way I see it.
All right, Proto J with the 4789 $2 super chat, man. I really appreciate that.
Yeah.
Says they never talk about how happy the bros are or why they left. I wanted to see Tyler for myself, and it was everything brother said it was. Network is the foundation of our greatest strength. That's facts. That's facts.
Shout out to Proto J. Facts.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I would encourage y'all. Oh, my bad. Go ahead.
No, just shout out to him. Like I said, you're right. They definitely don't talk about that part for some reason. I don't know. Like they keep keeping us relevant, though. I mean, I don't know if that's necessarily a good thing or a bad thing, but I can tell you weekly is some celebrity or some big influencer or somebody with a big following kind of shaming and bashing the so-called passport bros and deeming everything negative that they see overseas as a passport. Like we've been talking about that for the longest, but they keep them as relevant. So I mean, in one instance, you know, more people are getting the message. They get the true message once they kind of start to look into it. They start to see, oh, so bros are actually living overseas now. Oh, they don't want to come back to the States. Like, oh, what's going on? And there's a lot more travel channels as well being created. So
my take on that, if you see somebody with a vested interest in hating on a brother that's traveling, this ain't no criminal, this ain't nobody that's robbing and killing, this ain't nobody that's like going out quote unquote oppressing other people. If that angers somebody or strikes a nerve with them so bad, my take on that is these people, look at them in the reverse. They backwards. Certain people, and I'm talking about ideology, the way they think.
Mm-hmm.
If they're saying that brothers are going to these other places and causing harm or a negative impact, and you don't know them to care about those places previously, you never heard them talk about whatever's going on in Colombia or express concerns about the DR or express concerns about Thailand. They wasn't thinking about none of these places. That was just some place far, far away on the news, and they never cared about it until brothers start going there. If you're listening to a person like that, just reverse it. They don't care about what's happening in other countries. They don't care about the brothers going to other countries. What they're really feeling and speaking to is what's happening at home and what's happening with them. We are a mirror. And for us to be traveling and upgrading our lives, we're inadvertently showing other people what they're not doing. They're not really caring about these other places. They're caring about themselves and how they're going to feel the negative consequence from our absence. Because I say this on all the streams. When brothers is overseas, we're not here to suffer police brutality. We're not here to get locked up. We're not here to be arguing over dating. We're not here to be spending $100 on a movie like I just did. We're not here for all this drama and propaganda. So they're really worried about themselves, but they'll try to pretend that it's about you, and they'll tell you to stay safe. And I care about you. I care about these other people. They don't care. They never cared. They never cared. And you come right back home and you deal with the same mess.
That's fact.
Bro, this is funny to me. I went to the show, right? With some of my guys, these guys I grew up with, and we cool. And I just got back from deployment too. So I haven't really seen them in years, or some of them over a year. Not them, but people that know them, people that know me, people that we all grew up together. When my name come up, it's always, oh yeah, he tripping, he doing too much, he doing this, he doing that. They want me to come back around. When I come back around, what am I around? I'm around people that's static. They ain't moving, they ain't doing nothing, they ain't talking about nothing. But something wrong with me if I say, hey man, it was good chopping it up with y'all. I gotta do this. Cause I got so many things I'm trying to do at one time. I don't have time to really waste. I wanna catch up. I wanna be one of them real ones, so to speak. I mean, I don't want people thinking I'm Hollywood, but when I come around, it's the same. Y'all on the same stuff. And when we leave, it's, hey, stay safe out there, boy. Stay safe out there. This is the dangerous part. Being in Chicago is when I keep my head on the swivel more than I do in every other country. Now, I do watch my back in these other places, but ain't no paranoia or no PTSD like coming back on the South Side. That's where I gotta be. Hey, who is Buddy? What are y'all doing? What y'all trying to do? I'm not trying to be standing outside with no plan. Sorry for the rant, but I'm just telling y'all, like, listen to what people saying. If you know their intentions is not for your success, just reverse it and it'll start making more sense. They speaking backwards.
Cece says brothers are just happier overseas. We look healthier overseas as well. The crazy part is, it's men have been traveling around the world for so long. Like that's one of the pivotal things of, putting that in your bag. Your things that you do, man. It's important for you as a man to travel in itself. All right. Whether you travel for whatever reasons, it's important for you to get outside your environment that you grew up in, get around from that same circle that you was in, travel the world, look at different views, experience different cultures, experience dating women from different cultures. It really opens you up to a worldview. I know I used to think to myself, back in the day, because I used to hear it so often, when I was in Medellin and when I, casually go to Sosua, that we're going to ruin everything that we go to, that we populate, that we do. We're going to ruin it somehow.
Yeah, right? Us. Nobody else,
right.
just us.
But when I traveled to Thailand and I started seeing other ethnicities, other groups of men, wilding out, like totally wilding out.
Yes.
Every day it's a story of, a British guy or an Irish guy, Indian guy, a guy from Turkey, Pakistan, wherever. And you see all these stories and you never really see the bros, doing nothing too janky. We get caught up in a video every once in a while. You'll see us go viral or some shit. But for the most part, like we're under the best behavior. So I kind of got out of that mindset once I came out here to Thailand. Like, okay, it's janky dudes in every ethnic group. It's just not black men. You know what I'm saying? But that's the kind of narrative that we kind of hold. Like, okay, we're gonna ruin it before I get there. Brothers are gonna ruin it before I get there. No, there's nothing to be ruined. These countries have their own government. They have their own systems of laws. So a lot of things have already been that way before we even pulled up. They've been, men traveling to Colombia for the last 100-some years, bro, traveling to the DR. It's been going on before.
Families, businesses, everything.
Right.
They don't talk about it. We ain't see Big Zesty going to support Unc Jay. Well, he wasn't in the DR, but we don't see Big Zesty going to support the flip-flops and the Cordales and whatnot. He down there filming other men talking about them behind their back. That's clown stuff.
Facts. Shout out my man Todd Maestro with $3 super chat. Says, why does Jap hate on? That's your boy, man. That's your boy, MAB.
Yeah. So I haven't talked to Jap in a minute, but I don't even really follow him to know what he's doing, but me and him go back to the rap days when he was Jap Hussein. Like we know all the same people in the Chicago music scene. I don't really know, man. And my offer still.
We supposedly had squashed it. Like we had our.
I don't know because no, I haven't been following them to really know. But if me and Jap see each other right now, we know it's still love. So my offer still stands. If he wants to travel somewhere, I just want him to get a stamp on his passport. We ain't talking about chasing no mangoes. We ain't talking about drinking. Listen, if
Marcus,
my offer still stands, if you want to go somewhere, and I've done it for other brothers, I've done it for my mom as well. I just want him to go somewhere with me.
Right.
Not on no cruise.
Right.
Just go somewhere to see why brothers.
We had already had like a conversation. I think we did stream one time, and we had already discussed, hey, he gonna come over, he gonna travel, he gonna try it out and all this stuff. But I don't think he's ever traveled personally. I don't know, but
I don't know. It's like one of them things we just agree to disagree to. But shout out to Jap. I don't know what he doing, man. I've been trying to stay in tune with people that I align with and people that are for my success. So you know what I'm saying.
One of them guys that
Jap looked out for me. Jap looked out for me plenty of times. That's why I ain't gonna never completely throw him under the bus. Like that, he a real dude. But when it comes to traveling, whenever he ready, I ain't saying it'll be overnight, but I would definitely bring him with me to some places. And it ain't gonna be no chasing no mangoes. I just want him to see life outside the States.
Right. Like I said, Jap is one of them guys that he'll do a show and I do like a pushback show. I do a response, and then he'll be in the chat saying, "Oh man, it's all good. It's just this, it's just that." You know what I'm saying? I rock with the Passport Bros. I'm just like, bro, you just did a whole hour-long
show bashing, yeah.
How effed up the Passport Bros are. So he's one of them cats. Right. But like I said, we had a lot of smoke early on. And
bro, my mama don't like flight. CC say AMS admitted he doesn't travel because he doesn't like flights. My mama 66 years old. I had to get her to get on a flight. You know what I'm saying? She did it. But this big grown man, AMS, can't get on a flight. Like I don't take that as no excuse, man. Even if you need the day to recover, you got the jet lag or whatever it is, like get on a flight, man. And stop. Oh, they stopped doing it, but I remember when they was letting people a lot of people were hesitant due to them plane crashes. I look at that as propaganda. That's a psyop operation, if you ask me. Some people will never travel just because of that. Like these are the things that we need to push back against, because these corporations, these CEOs, these bureaucrats, they flying left and right. Carbon footprint, all that crap. They talking about saving the planet. They go wherever they want to go, however many times they want to go. It's only the common man, the average hardworking brother or sister or family, they telling you can't fly, you can't drive, you got to watch your carbon footprint. But these so-called elites, they've been doing this forever.
Facts.
And gonna keep on doing it.
I just dropped a link in the chat, guys. Do me a favor, make sure you cam up for the show. I see a couple of guys in the back end, but we want to see who we're talking to, just in case we have some disagreements. We definitely want to see who we're talking to, man. So if you do decide to come on the show, make sure you cam up, man. All right. I guess guys, buddy's like, he ain't camming up, he just dropped off. So. All right. Astro Knight 282 says, when I was traveling at a young age, I admit I was wild, but now I'm older. I want to know how to have a better living in another country. There's a lot of content creators that focus on moving overseas, living overseas. Shout out my man Andre Love Crossing Borders. He does a lot of content on making that transition. I do content as well. It's not the most hardest thing to do, but you can do it. All right, you can do it. Sometimes you just got to take a risk and just get on out there, bro. I know guys that be like, I'm going to visit Thailand. I'm gonna come and see you, bro, in 2 years, 3 years. I'm like, bro, it's not that serious. It's not that serious. Just go out there, get that passport, and just travel. Shout out to my man Punch Travel Channel. He says, salute BMT in the chat. Shout out to you, man. He's also actually posting a lot of content in the app as well. So shout out to you. And you guys haven't downloaded the Passport Bros app, make sure to download the Passport Bros app. I know I got a lot of guys here in the private Facebook group. This is where it all went viral, the Passport Bros. But also make sure to download that Passport Bros app. That's kind of where we all congregate at. That's where we all at. That's where you see all the real content and the all the information that you would need on your travels. It's basically like a recommendations app. One of the features of the app is that it's a recommendations app, and you get to see where guys are going. Guys are rating areas that they're going to. Like I'll be telling Marcus, places to go in San Domingo, and I also post that content on the Passport Bros app as well. It's a lot of places that you guys are off the beaten path that you would know nothing about unless you tapped into the Passport Bros app. So shout out to all the guys that download the Passport Bros app. Yeah, shout out to No Man Capitalist too. No Man.
Yeah, I love that channel. I love that channel.
Yeah, he does a lot of good content as far as tax breaks and all that good stuff.
And they don't get the Passport Bro bashing and negative stereotypes, but if a brother is doing the exact same thing, like, why is it such an issue?
Facts. Some guys just traveling around. I'm trying to look for this other clip, man. Let me see if I can find this other clip.
Why are you looking for that? Because I'm trying to hold back the rants, and I want to make sure I stay on subject too. But like, shout out to No Man Capitalist. I love that channel. I ain't quite there yet because I know his clientele is like 6 figures and 7 figures and up. But that's an issue that I see within our particular community, is that even if we talking money, even if we got it like that, it still don't get the type of attention that the Cheeks and the Mangoes do. That's like a frequency issue. Like low vibrational people, they're gonna always gravitate towards de-policing, what somebody doing in a bedroom. If me and you right here just gave the game like this, how you get your money up, this how you live overseas, this is the budget that you would need, that don't get nowhere near the attention as if I post a female friend of mine. Hey, damn, who is that? I'm getting calls from work over people asking me about some chick when I'm telling them to pay attention to the Federal Reserve, pay attention to what's happening with the interest rates and what's happening with these banks and stuff. Even in our case, so like Austin is speaking on this now in terms of what they're doing with dual citizenship, trying to restrict that. In the other countries, some of the Western world countries are imitating what the U.S. is doing right now. That's important information, because if the dollar goes to nothing, we all mess up. So those conversations don't get highlighted in the same ways as, damn, look at Shorty with the she twerking. That's not our problem. You know what I'm saying? That speaks to the vibration of the person, of the viewer. And if we can't get them to really like get out of that, I don't know how to help them.
Back. Shout out to my man Freedom Fundamental says, I don't think Passport Bros are ruining it, but the attention they bring is drawing the wrong type of black men abroad. I think it's gonna be
I can see that. I can see that. Because I've seen brothers and I was like, all right, I want to acknowledge them, but I wouldn't necessarily hang out with them.
Yeah, but those dudes aren't necessarily like, they don't follow the necessary ideology of being a passport, bro. These guys are just doing sneak camming.
The weekend warriors, the thirsty dudes.
Yeah, they just doing little.
Shout out to Clayway, Clayway TV in the building.
Right. So I'm not gonna say that we're bringing the wrong clientele. People are traveling these days. Like the thing is now is to travel.
We're being monitored. We get all the attention. People look at everything we do under a microscope, because you can't tell me it ain't no trash Chads and drunk people from other different graphics out here going crazy, breaking the law, doing all type of stupid stuff that we don't do.
Fact.
That's not getting the same attention as like one struggle streamer, podcast or whatever. Like even a brother out in Thailand is saying, hey, you see how cheap this is? You see how cheap that is? It's some people in the States that's hating on that. Mr. Brazil, what's going on? Yes, sir.
There you go. Pulled you up. You there? What's good, bro? I think you might be on mute.
Can y'all hear me?
Yeah,
I hear you.
Yeah. I just I just wanted to address the part as far as the Passport Bro movement going forward. You know what I mean? I'm out here in Colombia, Medellin, and for me, I would like to see ownership. Now, people talk about the brother that made the video in Cartagena, but you have to look at, instead of looking at it as a defensive mechanism, look at it as an entrepreneur mindset. Now you got an airport full of brothers from the States coming to foreign countries. They're gonna want to go to bars, clubs. They're gonna want to smoke cigars. They're gonna want to drink Hennessy. They're gonna want to drink Crown Royal.
Right.
Yes, sir.
So for the expatriate Passport Bros, if you've already made that investment early on, see what I'm saying? Now your clientele is coming in to support your business. Same thing that Brother Rob was doing down in Medellin at Sweet Georgia Brown. See what I'm saying? See, my thing is this: it's all well and good to travel, and like I say, I wrote a whole book on it,
Yes,
on
sir.
situation. It's not all about just traveling overseas and then going back to the matrix. We need to expand this thing. We need to have ownership of properties, clubs, things like that. So when you have ownership, you have a voice. See what I'm saying? I admire what you young brothers are doing. I've been traveling since 1991. So I'm old head. I'm 55 years old. I've been in this traveling game for a long time. And the things that you guys are talking about, I've already experienced it. You guys are, like they say, the millennial generation is the smartest generation in the history of humankind. This is true. This is true. The fact of the matter is that, well, I should say the flaw in that scenario is the fact that you guys, your generational cohort is reinventing the wheel. It's a lot of old heads out here, myself included, that have been there and done that. My recommendation: learn the history. Learn the history of Black man travel. You see these sisters out here with these wide hips and these nice nice curly hair. That means there's a brother that came before you.
Yes, sir.
See what I'm saying? So what you guys can do, you guys can take it to a whole nother level, because you have the intellect, you have the lived experience, and you have the cojones to go out and do it. But I would highly recommend you make that mindset shift. When videos like this come out, yeah, people like Mr. O'Shea and Mr. The guy out of Detroit that did this video also, they're gonna look at the negative part of it. But you guys are full-fledged entrepreneurs. You're entrepreneurial minded. That is better than dinosaur bone discovery, because it's rare. Not a lot of people have it, and the value is enormous. So what I would like you guys to do is focus on this brother. He's putting you on game. It looks like he's talking down to the situation. But when you got an airport full of brothers, that entrepreneurial mind should kick in and say, hey, look, that's an opportunity right there. So if it's an airport at that particular moment that he's there, that doesn't mean that every hour on the hour that airport is full of other brothers coming behind it, other flights coming in. So if you can figure out a way to make $10 off every brother in that line, you could be a millionaire in 2 years.
That's facts. That's facts.
And I don't want to hold up your time, man. I love what you guys are doing. I keep my ear to the ground, but I'm a behind the scenes guys. I've always been behind the scenes guys. My degree is in management. I know how to deal with people from Gen Z on up to your even your silent generation. All these people in the workforce. I've been I've been in the military over 24 years. I've traveled. I've lived overseas back before they even had the internet. Back before they had translations. I know brothers that speak fluent Japanese, fluent Tagalog. So I mean, the thing of it is, and if you don't get nothing from what I'm telling you now, I want you to get this. Elevate your game. There is no limit. There is no limit. Elevate the game, man.
Good point. Solid points. And it's funny because I just did a video about that, like the differences in other groups of ethnicities, that a lot of times, even out here in Thailand, when you see these guys getting in trouble, you have to understand that they do have infrastructure here. Like they have invested in, expat communities in Thailand with buildings and real estate and restaurants. And so they have a little, I don't say they have a lot of leeway, but that's the one thing that we're kind of missing. Now, you do have some brothers with restaurants and some small businesses overseas. Shout out to my man Cardell out there in the DR. He got I think he's always third or fourth restaurant right now. So you do got guys that are setting up things to capture the Passport Bro, wave. But we can do a whole lot more. Like we should be investing in, lots of land. We should be, having relationships with these foreign governments so we can start to build these buildings and everything else like these other groups. Like the Russians are pretty heavy out here in Thailand.
Absolutely.
Mm-hmm. So that's one of the things that we got to get together. That was the importance of kind of building our community app. Like that was the importance to gain guys' trust, basically to say, hey man, at some point, as a matter of fact, it's a group out there in West Africa. I want to say Ghana. It's a group of African Americans that are putting money up monthly to invest in Ghana. To invest in properties and invest in stuff. So we should do the same, man. We got over 26,000 people in the Facebook group. We got thousands of guys on the app. I got a pretty sizable following here on YouTube. We definitely need to start investing. That's really good, good.
Absolutely. I own my own little apartment. I got a nice little penthouse apartment. The painting in the back is from a painting that I bought in Egypt, in Cairo, Egypt, back in the 90s. And had it framed in Chicago because I did 4 years in Waukegan, Illinois, because I trained recruits out there in Illinois. And I know my brother Marcus is from Chicago. I try to stay away from the greater Chicago area because it's a little raw out there. You probably have to bust cap on the motherfucker out there. But
well, yeah, you gotta stay safe. I feel like stay safe applies there more than overseas.
Exactly. Mm-hmm. But it's all about ownership, and once you get the ownership, you transcend to a whole nother level.
Facts.
You go to a whole nother level because now you start to get more intricate details on how different things work. You know about the power grid, the water system, what service this, that, and all this negative talk about Colombia. Let me just tell you, I've been here 4 years now, never felt safer in my life. And and for you people that think that South America, Central America, and maybe some Asian countries that are violent, go back and Google the 2024 statistics on death in the United States. That it'll blow your mind. Just on police killings alone, police killed 3.2 people every day in the United States in 2024. So I mean, and who knows how many are brothers. So I ain't gonna hold up much more of your time. I appreciate you allowing me this opportunity. I'm gonna go ahead and log off, but then like I said, I appreciate what you guys are doing. My only thing is I like the collaboration. I'm seeing more and more collaboration. This is something that I also talked about in my book. Once you collaborate, because I don't talk about just problems, I talk about solutions. You know what I'm saying? This is people just spent their whole careers on the problem of the Black community, but ain't nobody got no damn solutions. I outline step by step solutions, tangible solutions, and I implore the the naysayers to complain about these things, because that helps us grow. The people the people that always negative saying, oh, it'll never work, this will never happen, Black people never come together. Yes, by all means. Thank you, sir. Thank you.
Oh
Yeah,
yes, sir. Yeah.
it's just a first little read on that, and it's also, it not only it has historical information, but it also talks about moving forward. How the passport bro movement, how the passport bro phenomenon can accelerate and transcend. And just like people are following us in the rap game, in the culture game, they can follow us in this too, because it is a necessity. I thank you, brothers, and like I say, I
where
thank
can
you for allowing me the time. And I'm gonna go ahead and sign off, man, and continue listening. Thank you so much.
Real quick, man, before you go, where can they find your book?
You can go on Google. I have the
Amazon.
audio on Google. Google, what is that? Google Audio Books, and also on Amazon. Amazon, you can find the book also.
Okay, excellent, man.
That's
Excellent,
why I
man.
got it from Amazon. Yeah, I'm always excited to see you, sir, because yeah, I haven't accomplished as much as he has, but I'm trying to walk that path as far as the
you think that you haven't accomplished anything because you don't have anything to gauge it on. See, when I was your age, I was still in Tijuana chasing, the mangoes down there and doing crazy stuff. You guys are leaps and bounds above what we were doing in the 1990s and stuff like that. That's why I'm not telling you this, is not hyperbole that I'm telling you. I'm telling you this because I see the potential, because you guys have already started a lot far ahead of people like in my generation of cohort. You see what I'm saying? You guys are a lot smarter. You guys are a lot learned. And what I was doing, and I know you talked earlier about being on the cut, and you guys like saying, hey, what what's going on and stuff like that. I've lived that same thing, man. Where you go back to the neighborhood and everybody's, like you say, they stagnate. Everybody just sitting around on the cut doing the same thing they was doing 4 or 5 years after you left. But like I say, I ain't gonna take up no more of y'all time, man. I got my little rabbit coming through. It's fat man feeding time. So I'll holler at you guys later, man. I salute what you young brothers are doing.
All right, peace, man. Appreciate you
Thank
coming
you,
on,
sir.
bro. All right.
Yeah, man. I read his book on deployment, man. It got me through. He got a similar story, but I get excited when I see this is another example of different generations helping each other out. And I'm not saying it don't happen in the States at all, but the biggest support I've gotten from older brothers has been from veterans and brothers that's been traveling. It's always some OGs somewhere that'll show you the right way. It's like anything else in life. Just look up to the people that's doing what you want to do, or, whatever you're currently doing or going through, they've been there, done that. And if they can give some good feedback, it can help you tremendously. So I'm glad he hopped on, man. That's what's up.
Shout out to my man Iman Perry. Says the solution is crypto passport equals freedom. Shout out to my man Iman Perry in the building. Shout out to my man Jerry and Sheila Island Living, man. Says hello, BMT. Great to see you. Hey, BMT, glad you are here. Shout out to them, man. Hey, if you guys aren't following my man Jerry and Sheila Island Living, they're out there in the DR. I watch their content all the time. I don't know if you're familiar with their content.
It looks familiar. Yeah, I want to see if
yeah, he does it. They do a lot of good videos. He's a veteran as well, I believe. So he does a lot of good videos. So shout out to him.
I'm gonna make sure I'm subscribed.
Right, they do like say really good content, really good channel. They show different spots in the Dominican Republic that I've never even heard of or seen it. So they all over the place, man. So shout out to Jerry and Sheila guys. Make sure you sub to his show.
I just subscribed. No, look, I'm gonna be binge watching now. I just subscribed. So shout out to y'all.
All right. Well, guys, it's been a great show. I want to thank my guest, Marcus A. Brown. We got to do this again, man.
Definitely.
Because there will be some Passport Bro bashing videos weekly.
I want to say something in response to what Mr. Brazil saying too, because he's right, and I took in everything he was saying, and there is value in capitalizing on a situation like this, because censorship is promotion nowadays, and hate, you can take all this negative feedback. It's kind of what we're doing right now, and it's advertisement. So for the entrepreneurial minded brothers, if y'all see an opportunity, we out here, and you got brothers like me and BMT who's looking to support. When I'm traveling, that's the first thing I'm trying to find out, like where the like-minded brothers at and who got something going on that I can support. So we always advocate for that.
Yeah, we somewhat have built a online economy to a certain degree, online and brick and mortar economy, because guys go down to DR, they holler at Flip Flop, they holler at Cardell.
Yeah.
We had Sweet Georgia in Colombia. Guys are buying merch, buying shirts and stuff like that. So we somewhat got our own little economy going on. I want more brothers to participate in that. Right, that's what we're working on.
I'm always happy to see that.
Yeah, you show support. I know when I first got into the space, I was showing mad support. I was buying. Shout out my man Skylar. I bought his book as well. I see you bought my man Mr. Brazil's book. So that's big. It might not seem big, but that's big, and I want more brothers to kind of get involved in that, because we're going into a day and age where the 9-to-5 might not be as dependable as it was generations ago. Like our grandparents worked for AT&T for 30, 40 years. We might not have that. So we need to start to rebuild our little, our economics, our economies again. We need to kind of take it back to the Wall Street days and start to build each other once again, especially overseas. Right? So yeah, man. Shout out to man, the mayor of music and travels. Oh, you know what? Hold on, Marcus. For you got a little time?
I'm good. I got all night.
Let me see if my bro pull up, because he actually is in Cartagena heavy. He might be saying that Mr. Zesty is right. So let me see if I can.
While you're doing that, I'm just going through some of these are like earlier comments, but Bruce M2 say some of the new guys think they know everything. Yeah, I don't know how they just show up and try to tell experienced brothers, or especially expats, what's going on. I would always recommend networking with, it ain't got to be older, but just more experienced brothers. Ain't no way I'm gonna go to Atlanta and think I know everything. I'm gonna ask BMT, like, am I supposed to be here, or what you recommend I do while I'm out here? Yeah. Shout out to Boone T. He say he in Central America now. What you doing out in Central America? Hey, don't tell Dr. Umar you in Central America. I'm joking.
Dr. Umar's a clown, bro.
Oh yeah, so
took my little bread back in the day for that damn school that they still ain't been built there.
You wanna know what's funny? I was in Chicago this weekend, and I go out there to support the black businesses that I know. And we got well, yeah. All I was gonna say was they asking me when the next time I'm going somewhere. They want to take a vacation too.
Shout out to my man, the Bronx Bully in the building. Hey, man,
to the man, what's good?
This show is rated PG, the mayor.
Can you hear me?
Yeah, we hear you, bro.
Yeah, we hear you.
What's good, man? What's going on out there in Cartagena, man? You got the Zesty Bros coming at you, bro.
Bro, I thought somebody died, man. I woke up to
can y'all hear him?
I hear him.
Shout
out to Wonderful Travels.
I thought somebody died the way my phone was blowing up, man. All these notifications, man. When anything, something happens in Cartagena, bro. Oh my God, this man, I don't care about that dude, man. Yo, listen, man. Like I saw what y'all was the OG came up and he kept saying investing. And BMT, you already know I'm on my second crib out here, man.
Shout out to you, bro.
Come on, man. I brought my.
I give you the applause for that one.
Hey, man, listen. I'm on my second property out here. I'm loving it. I was there. I was there for a month. I came back 2 weeks ago, and I just booked another flight, and I'm going back next this Saturday. Man, listen, man.
Bro, yes.
Bro, listen. When you land in Cartagena, all you're gonna see is brothers smiling, dapping each other up. Hey, bro, where you from? It's a vibe out there, man. It's just a vibe. And then some people just hate to see us happy. They just
That part.
They hate to see us happy, man. So I ain't really even tripping. Salute to the Passport Bros. We outside, man.
We outside.
We outside.
Hey, congratulations to you on your, cause see, these are the big moves nobody talking about. Where's Big Zesty to say, hey, they buying property? No, they want to talk about the same old rhetoric. And man, brothers like yourself and brothers like Mr. Brazil, we need people like that to kind of bring it back into focus and say, like, y'all not looking at the whole story. Like, these are the success stories that people intentionally ignore.
They don't want to hear it. Don't go viral, bro.
Man,
that's not gonna go viral.
But it's life changing. This is life changing information.
Man, listen. Shout out to my man Ernest out there in Cartagena. He's from North Carolina. He owned 2 lounges. He got Euphoria, and then he got Vibe in Boca Grande, and he got a restaurant called Vibes in Medellin. I ran into my man, I forgot his name is Greg from Atlanta. He got a restaurant, a seafood, he got a Creole restaurant in Cali, Colombia. Like these is brothers that's out here doing business, bro. Like people don't understand. Yeah. Like America is different now, man. You gotta have a plan B. Like I'm not working no more 9-to-5 job. I'm not working no jobs, bro. So guess what? I mean, right. I'm not, bro. I've been saying that since I was a kid. I never had a 9-to-5. I always had a hustle, and it's always been legal. You know, thank God. I never really had to go get a job. So what I'm saying is the way, bro, AI is taking over. You about that? You see they just fired 20,000 from UPS. That's because they about to have them automatic trucks.
Automated
trucks, bro.
Yeah, that's been coming down the pipeline for a minute now. I got my CDL, so I got to hear about that in the lunchroom.
Bro, if you go through I don't know when the last time y'all been in Buckhead. Bro, you got these little robots delivering food, bro. Like all you do is walk through Buckhead, it's robots crossing the street delivering food, bro.
Damn. That's scary, but it's funny. Uber I'm just thinking about that.
You got Uber Eats, you got DoorDash, you got all these other apps, bro, but they don't care. They about to get rid of all of that, and they about to have automated delivery. Bro, it's over. So guess
all
what?
that writing on the wall, and people telling you to stay here.
So guess what? All this AI and all that stuff taking over in America, but guess where it's not going? It ain't going in Colombia no time soon. It ain't going in these other. So guess what? It's gonna be regular stuff. It's gonna be so many people leaving America. They're gonna be visiting different countries, and you can invest in that, bro.
Yes.
Good point.
Hey man, but yeah, man, I knew you was gonna make anytime somebody talk crazy, man, we need you to combat that ASAP, bro. And
you already know, man.
I'm gonna retweet that and repost that like 30 times. I ain't playing.
Appreciate it.
Yeah, bro. They always talking crazy, bro. Like, man.
Shout out my man, Wonderful Travels, with the $5 super chat, man. I really appreciate that. It says salute to BMT Mab in the chat. Pioneer Talk. Shout out my man, Wonderful Travels. Right. Yeah, we've been at it for a minute, man. We've been discussing the opportunities overseas for a good minute. I remember when we first linked in Medellin back in, what was that, Malcolm?
That was 2020, man. That was 2020.
That was 2020.
That was 20. Yeah. That was 5 years ago, bro.
Can you believe that, bro?
Man, hey, look, and then they done shut America down. All this, you couldn't go out. Guess where I was going? Colombia, wide open. I'm going crazy. And then when they tried to shut Colombia down, it still was open.
Bro, like I was traveling before 2020, but that year was like the year that put some fire up under me. I never looked at being home the same after that, because I just saw how people was getting played, and I'm like, yeah, I can't be. This gonna happen again, and I ain't trying to be here for it,
bro. It's gonna happen again, bro. And guess what? The prices in America was still high during the pandemic. I was in Colombia eating crazy $5 for a whole big meal. I'm still eating good, saving my money. It just was cheaper. So, like I said, man, all the haters, man, y'all could kick rocks, man. I ain't tripping, man.
Right?
I'm smiling, bro. Look, hey, BMT, right? I wait. My homegirl, she's from Colombia. We hang out all the time. She speaks English and all that, so that's like my guide all the time. She hang out. We go eat every day. She said, why every day when we walk around and we hang out, you always smiling and saying hello to people you don't even know? Like, bro, I'm walking in H&M. I'm going to Starbucks. I'm dapping the workers up. I'm just every day. I'm just smiling and happy.
Yeah.
Man, Colombia do something to you, dog.
That's facts. That's facts. It's the same here in Thailand, man. I was with my boy Danny yesterday. You know Danny MAB.
Yeah.
And we was like, bro, we want to trade this lifestyle, bro.
Man, it's just, bro.
It's something to be thankful about, like, especially knowing if you can't do that at home. Like, you get in a fight speaking with the wrong person out here, you go everywhere else and it's good morning, hey, what's up?
Man, you can't.
Like, we lost that.
Man, listen, you go to the airport and you trying, hey, how you doing? You know, what you want? Oh my God. Here come this, you know, the attitudes. It's just you coming to spend your money at a restaurant, and then here come the attitude, bro. I eat out every day when I go to Colombia. I eat out every day. I haven't had a bad experience or an attitude yet, bro. Not one. Not one. Hola, sit down. What would you like? Like, you ain't getting that out here, and especially in Atlanta, you ain't getting that, bro. You ain't getting that. 40 to park. I need 40 for you to park, and it's $80.
Oh yeah,
that's facts, man. Shout out my man, Black Man Travel to our super chat, man. I really appreciate that, and I'm still waiting on that show, bro. We gotta do a show soon because we've been at it for a minute.
Shout out Black Man Travels.
He says, as an avid Colombia traveler, 7 cities visited. Everyone needs to experience Colombia beyond the tourist spots. So much to see and do, explore. Shout out to my man, Black Man Travels.
Facts. Yeah, man. Yeah, well, yeah, man. We gotta keep responding, bro. Because if we don't, man, we just gonna get buried, man. We gonna get buried, bro.
Man,
to an extent, I mean,
you gotta get them zesty bros out of there, man.
Brothers that have been somewhere, ain't nothing stopping it. Like, for me, I don't care what propaganda they put out there. Knowing what life is like on the other side, like, you're not changing my mind. But for the brothers on the fence, like, yeah, you're right. They will get they'll start feeding into that type of propaganda. And my concern with 2020 showed me is, even if you got people that's thinking for themselves and people that's like, hey, this is like some setup type stuff, they not as worried about them as much as indoctrinating the masses, because all you need is 51% to turn on everybody else. And that's kind of my concern. But, you know, I'm inspired by brothers like you, like BMT, everybody that's making a living for themselves and making a legacy, so to speak. Cause y'all living it. Like y'all not just sitting here talking and speculating. Like y'all, this is your lived experience every day. And for the people that don't get the honor and the privilege to know people like y'all, like they cheating themselves, listening to Big Zesty on the internet. Like he traveling, but there's something wrong with you traveling. Yeah, that's the name we gave him a few nights ago. We had to respond to this. So yeah, all the Big Zesties out there, they doing work to keep you where you are.
That's somebody auntie, man. That dude is somebody.
That's what I said. Like when he said, "Yeah, I'm being nosy," that's auntie behavior, bro.
Man, he was down there doing this thing, bro. That's what he was doing.
Yeah,
and we don't care. That's the funny part. I don't care what you're doing. if you ain't breaking the law, you ain't trying to get me in no trouble or something like that. Like, hey, do your thing. If it's legal and you ain't harming nobody, but he just had to make. I think it was just clout chasing. He just had to get some clout for his TikTok or whatever. But
I'm just saying, bro. Like, yo, like it's like another thing that I don't like, man, is when they try to make like that country and or those cities is that's the only thing going for women. Yo, there's so many.
Yeah, it's very
bosses.
discriminate.
They own so many shops. They got their own business. They got lawyers, real estate agents out there working every day in the bank. People at the airport, all the females that's working hard, bro. They don't all do that.
Yeah, it's disrespectful to the women of other countries when they'll tell you you're being disrespectful.
Yeah, that's disrespectful, bro.
Yeah.
Yo, and I don't know if you saw that clip earlier, the mayor. Your boys earn your lead. Those your boys, man. Earn your leisure, man.
Don't make my boys.
Tell them to chill out, man.
I don't
tell
rock
them chill
with
out, bro.
I don't rock with them cats, man. I don't rock with them cats, man.
They in Atlanta though, right?
Nah, one of them is in Atlanta. They not only one of them. I think that dude that's always talking about the stocks is in Atlanta.
Okay. The one that said that we begin kidnapped and sex trafficked around the world.
Come on, bro. Who getting? I don't know anybody who got kidnapped. All my dudes, we solid, bro.
Facts.
We kick it every day. We go grab a beer, watch the game. We kick it, bro. It's vacation time. We got our feet kicked up. We talking about investments, man. Come on, bro. They tripping, bro. Listen, man. Name. I know you a stockhead in crypto. I'm not. I'm anti crypto and stock. That's just me. All right. I'm sorry. That's just.
I rock with the crypto, bro. I rock with the crypto.
Salute. But
I fuck with the crypto.
Everybody don't. So what I'm saying to you, what I'm about to say is that name something in America where you could buy or invest in for $50,000 or less, and you could get a return on your money within 2-3 months.
That's facts. That's facts.
Name something in America. Name one thing, but I don't want no crypto, no stocks, because you can lose your money with crypto and stocks. You can't. But what I'm saying is, bro, when I brought my crib, bro, I'm not gonna talk about my crib no more. People hate when I talk about it.
I'm interested. I'm listening because I'm looking for different avenues myself.
Listen, bro. At 4 years ago, when I brought my 3 years ago, when I brought my crib, I paid $35,000 for it, bro. I took 6.
You talking about where you say you at again? Oh, okay. Oh, you in Cartagena? I'm gonna be out there in July. Yeah, I like to link up. Yeah.
Listen, right? So mind you, I was in the middle of buying a new Porsche, man. I was gonna buy the new 4-door electric Porsche. I swear, right hand. I'm in the strip club. Me and my homies, we chopping it up. I'm telling him about the new Porsche. I'm showing him photos. He like, man, what you gonna do? I was about to take that $35,000 that I had sitting in the account, and I was just gonna put that money towards. My payment was about to be like $500 a month if I was to drop 35 grand on that car. My boy said, listen.
How much a month? Damn.
No, I'm saying the car was like $90,000. It's like $95,000. So if I was to put if I was to just drop,
you talking about after the deposit,
my loan, payment would be cheap as hell because I'm putting 35 grand down on it. You understand what I'm saying? But at the time, the math was math, and I don't know what's going on right now. I'm throwing a blame. It was a long time ago. But what I'm saying is, he was scolding me, bro. He said, "Man, you are depreciating value, man. You go to Colombia all the time. You always complaining about renting out these Airbnbs and this and that, man. Go just get you an apartment, bro." And then I went back and I bought that shit, man. And I already got. This has been 3 years later. I made my money back already.
Wow. That's what's up, man.
Already in 3 years. So anything after that is profit in my pocket, bro.
And look, not saying that you want to, but like you're in a position now to where you just keep repeating that process. And if you wanted the Porsche or you wanted another car, like you could go back and it'd be like easy day. But that was a good brother that was like, hey, you should make this move.
Nah, for real. This is my OG, man. He the one who taught me about business.
That's
The
what's up.
business funding, because that 35 came out of my account. I really could have went and got a loan. So I was like, yeah. So, and then when I told him I got the property, he hit me again. Yo, man, listen, you need to get your business funding in, because, you know, this and that, create your LLC and all that. So now this second property, I went and got a loan, bro. So I'm not that, my cash is still sitting.
Nice.
So now check it. The first crib, that's already wiped away. I made my money back. So guess what? The funds from that, if I wanted to go buy the car now, that money, I could just spend it on that and use that money for other things.
For those of y'all in the chat, like y'all heard what the mayor just said, right? Why isn't Earn Your Leisure looking at those opportunities? They telling you you're gonna crash out if you travel. They not talking about success stories like this.
Bruh.
And look, try to do that same thing in the States. I'm not saying it's impossible, but it might be a bit more of a challenge.
Bro, you do it in the state, bro. You're a crib that's come on, man. Interest rates is through the roof, bro.
Right.
You're gonna be in debt $200,000.
Can't make this up.
How you gonna make $200,000 back off? Come on, bro. It's gonna take you 30 years to do that. Probably less than, honestly, about what, 15 years? I ain't got that time, bro. I'm in my joint bag and I'm good, man. So now I'm just repeating.
I'm happy for you. That inspires me, because look, when you know brothers like this, you can't say it's impossible, or stop listening to the naysayers, because you know brothers right now that's doing it.
Man, man. I told y'all, bro. Like, but see, prices have doubled now, though. So don't get it twisted. It's doubled now. That was 3 years ago. So you still could get a good 60,000, 60, 65, 70,000. It gets you right. Get you a nice little apartment, get you a crib, and you can rent it out. But come on, bro. In the States, man, 60 grand ain't nothing, bro. They're gonna laugh at you. They're gonna be like 60,000. They're gonna hang up the phone on you. They're gonna laugh in your face.
Yeah, the houses in Chicago is starting at 250 and up, and that's low. Like, I'm thinking like 350, 400,000, like for damn near a trap house. You know what I'm saying? Depending on the area, but
yeah, then you gotta get a loan. Then you gotta get a construction company, fix the roof, do all that. So that's an extra 35,000 on top of that. You gotta get insurance. All this other crap, man. I ain't got time.
And the taxes gonna keep going up.
Taxes going up.
They building museums out here. The college campuses expanding. So that's not necessarily a bad thing if it's raising a property value. But like, as far as getting your foot in the door, it's no. What you did sound like more of the way. You know what I'm saying? That's definitely more obtainable and a better quality of life. Because like, you paying an arm and a leg just to live in an unsafe area right now.
Listen, Brody, listen to me. My water bill is $5 a month.
Damn.
My gas bill is $8 a month. My electricity bill is the highest thing I got because I keep the AC on and it's hot. It's my AC bill is probably a good $90. My HOA is $60 a month, bro. Yeah, listen to me, bro. My internet, I got Tigo. I got the fastest Wi-Fi in the world, and it's only $13 a month, man. Like, what are we talking about here? A month.
I heard everything you said.
Hold on. My taxes for my property, $117 a year.
Wow. Yeah, see, that's impressive. But like, everything you mentioned is obtainable. Like, out here,
talking about here?
We talk about Big Zesty. Big Zesty don't see that.
Hey, listen, bro. $200 a month to maintain the crib, bro. $200, bro. So if I come on, bro, I spend that a night at the club. Buying drinks and food. My bill. Come on, what are we talking about?
Yeah, some of us spend that on food and gas just as soon as you walk out the door. in the
Mhm.
States.
Come on, man. Like, let's start waking up, bro. Come on, man. Like, niggas gotta start. Come on. I mean, in the beginning, yeah, you chasing, you know, but that's gonna wear off in a
Yes,
a
thank you.
while.
That's a point that people ignore too. Like that stuff get old, and you be like, all right, it's just an option that's available. That's good to know. But
That's a good point. Good point, man.
I noticed
Yo,
this of like brothers gotta go through different phases. So some people they already come business minded. Then you got some brothers that whether they getting in and out of relationships or they just gotta get that thirst up out of them. They gotta go through that. They gotta go through all this, and then after a while, it's like, hey, you know, you spending money and not making money, right? Like you know, you could be leveraging yourself and helping the people around you, but you know, every brother got their different
hey, hold on for
phases
a
they
minute. I
gotta
want
go
to show
through.
y'all something. Hold on for a minute. I want to show y'all something real quick.
Okay,
Real
all right.
quick. Real quick.
All right. So while he's doing that, we got guys start talking. I know we got my crypto guys in the chat, but no, real estate is a good
Oh
opportunity.
yeah, I saw
International
that.
real estate is a good opportunity as well, guys. All right. These guys, I got a community that love crypto, man. I'm in crypto as well, so I totally get it. But don't sleep on international
Yeah,
real
I know.
estate, especially if you have all the legal means. The what's the word I want to say? You can deal with vested people, basically.
Man, you can't, boy. You say something about crypto, boy. They ready to hang you, boy. God dang.
Yeah, you see, I got
that
quiet
crypto
because I'm
guys.
not familiar with it, but I know that his brothers doing their thing. So like, shout out to them. But I'm a little more leaning towards the real estate because I know brothers that's making it work. But I'm not saying
You do
crypto ain't
both.
way. It's brothers
You
that's
do both.
doing their thing with crypto.
Yo,
What's this right here?
see
Yeah,
this,
let's check it
man?
out.
See this right here? This is what you call a deed, man. This is something that people. This is something people would never see in their life.
See, that to me, that's making it rain. I ain't trying to toss no dollars and pesos.
This is if you ever owned any car, if you ever owned a home, they give you it's all the same color. It's always it's like pink and white. You own a car, you get the title and the deed. It's the same color around the world, bro. I could do any and anything I want. It's mine. Ain't no landlord kicking nobody out of nothing. Ain't nobody telling me nothing. Ain't nobody telling me nothing. It's mine. And I got 2 of them.
That's what's up, man.
Hey, so what you got to say about that, Big Zesty? What
they talking about, man? I'm 1 block away from the beach, man. I wake up, man, go walk to the beach, man, with feet. Eat me some tilapia, man, grilled tilapia.
I think we did a
what
man.
we
Didn't we do a show?
Man?
Didn't we do a show? We did like a tour your Airbnb. Did we did that, right?
Nah, we gotta do that, bro.
Yeah, I thought we could do that last time we was in Medellin, but I forgot something happened or something. But yeah, we gotta do a tour of your Airbnbs, bro.
Yeah, come on, man. I got you, bro. We can do that. We can do
that.
that.
If you're doing Airbnb, like, see, this is what I'm talking about. Like, I'll be looking to support different brothers. Like I said, I'll be in CTG for the CTG Fest in July, the 4th of July weekend. But and I already got some arrangements with Unc Jay. But yeah, I'll be there like for 2 weeks, so I could definitely like stay if you got the availability and just promote, support. I do a little bit of camera work, so if you need like visuals, some photos, visuals to promote your business, I can help with that.
Nah, I got you, Brody.
Yes, sir.
I'm dead serious, bro. Hey, man, listen. Like I said, man, I'm about to get up out of here. Listen, man, we leave the what's my man? What auntie, man?
Big auntie, big zesty auntie.
big zesties, man. Come on, man. Come on, bro. Like we chasing opportunity, investment. That's what these Asians doing that. Bro, you go through the Colombian barrios, there's Chinese restaurants in the Asian barrio, bro.
The Chinese, the Asians, the small hats, everybody out there, but when the brothers come around, it's a problem. Allegedly.
They got the Jewish community in Medellin. When I was walking through Medellin, they got the small hat. They walking through the bro. See, ain't nobody complaining about them. Yo, man, listen, man. Black man's travel. We traveling. We owning businesses. We got business. We investing. You know what I'm saying? You ain't gotta be rich, bro. You don't gotta have $500,000, $300,000. A good 40 ball, 50 ball, you could do something, and
That's what's
your
up.
money gonna start coming in. Ain't no 1, 2, 3 years. Come on, bro. What are we talking about here? It's hard to get a job now. These cats is complaining. You can't just sign up and get it. Bro, come on, bro. There's a guy right now complaining. He got a master's degree, right? And he's a security guard. He can't find no job.
Damn.
The man is working at a high school doing security, and he's complaining because, bro, it's bad out here, man.
Yeah, it's been rough for a minute, and it don't seem to be getting better.
That's
So
a good
look,
point,
man. But when we do it, it's a problem.
Mm-hmm.
And who's filming other guys in the airport, bro?
That shit's corny as hell.
Like, who's doing that? Like, come on, man. Get out of here. Well,
yeah, these are stories that don't go viral. That right there is not going viral.
Yeah, bro.
But see, that's a receipt you can't argue against. Like, they could talk as much as they want. They could paint these little pictures or whatever, but when he hold it in your face, it's like, hey, say something about this. Like, what can you say?
Come
They
on,
can't...
man. And then, hey, look, I get out the game. I get my money back. Plus, I'm getting, no, bro. I get 70. I could get 70 bands for my spot that I paid 35 for.
Yeah,
right
the
now.
equity, the any type of improvements you made.
Right now. And when I first bought the crib, that building didn't allow Airbnb. Now it's allowed. They what? Come on.
Yeah, man. I gotta support you, bro. I gotta rock with you because, like I said, it's brothers like y'all that inspire me. So just knowing that I can even travel at this point, I'm a little bit of an extended weekend warrior. Now I can do like a week, 2 weeks, 3 weeks here and there. But y'all brothers is established. Y'all doing y'all thing. So it's only right that I come out and support when I can.
Nah, it's all good, bro. I just want to say last thing, man. Just all my brothers, man, keep your credit right. Get your credit right so you could go ahead and apply for these loans, man. Don't put it on the personal, man. Get an LLC, put it on the business. Go and run up in Chase. Go and run up in Bank of America. Yo, I need the business loan, credit card, whatever. You swipe the card off, you take the bread. You run over to South America. You say, look, I needed property, man. What's up? I got the cash. Hey, you come back to America, you only paying the minimum because some credit cards give you a 0% for the whole year. It's a 0% loan, bro, for a whole year. All you gotta do is make the minimum payments, man. What are we talking about here? And it's not on your personal credit. So if your credit is 750, you go get the loan on your business, your credit is still 750. So you can still continue to go get funding, bro. Come on, man. It's time for us to wake up, bro. It's hard to get a job. Let's get this money.
Let's
yes,
do
sir.
Let's do it. All right, guys.
Yes, I appreciate you, man. It was an honor being on the panel with you. We got to talk about behind the scenes sometime.
Yo, listen, man. Y'all follow your boy, the mayor. You know what I'm saying? Malcolm the Mayor.
Oh, yeah. You on YouTube?
That's my Instagram. Malcolm the Mayor.
Oh, all right, for sure.
DM your boy. You got questions about investing over in Colombia? Hey, hit me, man. I don't care, man. We're
gonna do a whole stream about it, bro.
Yeah, what's your you said IG or any channel?
Instagram, Malcolm the Mayor. MALCOLMTHEMAYOR. And then yo, bro, send me your number. I'm gonna text you.
Oh, for sure. All right, I got you. I just followed you on IG.
Yeah, come on, bro. Hey,
FBA, stand up, Malcolm.
Oh man, FBA, yeah, you already know.
That's
man.
like an inside joke. Me and Malcolm be going back and forth about the FBA stuff all the time, man.
Yeah, y'all gonna summon you say that 3 times and Tariq gonna pop up.
Hey, yo. Hey, nah, Tariq, my guy, man.
I know, yeah, I rock with him too. He just
yeah,
he be throwing a little shade.
I'm gonna get on him for that. I'm gonna catch one of his lives, and I'm gonna get on him for that. That's my dog. I've been knowing him for like 20 years, man. Nah, but
that's his, you know him personally,
yeah.
Yeah, he
Yo,
knows.
BMT, man. I've been waiting to see you, bro. Man, guess who I seen in Medellin, dog?
Who's that, bro?
I hope it ain't no celebrity.
Who I seen?
Man,
I hope it ain't
I seen that Goofy, man, from Vice, the Vice documentary.
Oh
damn.
Man,
which one?
The Goofy,
which one?
I think I know you. The dude who made the the buddy with the glasses.
Man, that dude is a cold.
Wait. You talking about somebody that stayed there, or the guy who was hosting the documentary?
Nah, the guy who the Italian black dude, man, the goof cornball, man.
The guy that
your man
when he said like his family didn't know he was there or something.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I feel like they set him up. I mean, but I don't know him personally. But the way they did that whole documentary, to me, that was like biased from the jump. And Dag, so you saw him down there. He was down there going crazy.
All right, let me get super chats real quick.
And them the type of people they look for. They don't talk about us. They talk about people like that brother, man. Hey.
All right, so shout out my man Daryl with a 5 super chat. He says, "Sheesh, I'm trying to get like that. I'm paying off my first overseas property this year." Shout out my man Daryl.
Shout out to Daryl.
Shout out to you, man. I got another super chat by my man Daryl. $2 super chat said, 1,000% facts. I have 100K in business credit. Shout out to my man Daryl. Passport Bros making moves, man. We making moves. All right. Once again,
wait,
guys,
I thought we was Broken Dusty. Where the Broken Dusty brothers at? No, I'm joking, man. Go ahead. What's up? What else they got?
All right, bro. All right, folks. We've been in here for a little minute, man. We're gonna go ahead and get on up out of here, man. Another great show. Mayor, we gotta do another show soon, man. We're gonna talk about your Airbnb and the process of buying a property overseas. Also, I want to thank my man MAB for getting on the show as well. The Classic Stream.
Thank you for having me.
Peace.
All right, y'all. Peace. Appreciate you, BMT.
Appreciate it.
Holla.